The Golden State Warriors have one of the deepest benches I've ever seen. Given the great front office we have in the Bay Area, it's no surprise that Bob Myers was able to put together a great collection of guys off the bench to help Steph, Clay, and Dre when they're all sitting on the bench or just need rest. So before I go over the depth chart on the bench, it turns out that about 99% of you watching my videos aren't even subscribed to the channel, so if you would like more consistent Golden State Warriors content, then I would consider leaving a like and a subscribe. So let's go position by position. So with point guard, we got Jordan Poole first. Now, it's interesting because, Steve Kerr could probably either play him at the 1 or the 2 guard. It depends if he wants him in, a Jordan Clarkson or a Lou Williams type role, or kind of another sort of off-ball guard, because I think that, honestly, that's where Jordan Poole might be most effective as a spot-up shooter and attacking off the dribble. So I'd be interested to see, how much Steve Kerr plays him at either one of those positions. And then next we got Gary Payton II. He might honestly get most of the backup point guard minutes, but like I said, that depends where, he's going to play Jordan Poole. But he's a really good defensive guard. He's probably one of the more underrated perimeter defenders in the NBA, I think. And the problem is when he's bounced around the league, right? It's not because of his defense. It's really because of his offense. And, he can struggle shooting and scoring the ball at times. His playmaking's all right, but that's really the main thing with him, right? And if you're, guarding today's modern NBA, you're going to have to score. So, as long as Gary Payton can, knock down his open threes and is able to play a little bit off ball, and maybe he can play next to Steph, that's going to really help him, and I think he can get some good minutes. And the next player is obviously Chris Chiozza. He's played in Brooklyn the past couple seasons. He played decent in the bubble. He's been solid when he has played, but he's kind of a small guard, and so you wouldn't really play him next to Steph. And if you would play, you probably only give him maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Same time, he's a two-way player, so he might spend most of his time in the G League, which is probably going to happen, like I said, because Jordan Poole and Gary Payton II will probably be the main ball handlers. So with the 2 guard, we pretty much got Moses Moody, obviously our 14th overall pick. I think he's gonna be really stinking good. This guy can shoot the ball. He's just got a lot of good skills, kind of like Jordan Poole in some sense, but I think Jordan Poole can do more off the dribble than him. And obviously I already talked about Poole, and he's probably gonna be the backup 2 guard as well. And then the last pair we got is Michael Mulder. He obviously shot the ball very well in limited minutes. He's a guy that can, Steve Kerr can bring in for a few minute spurts next to Steph and Draymond, to provide some floor spacing. He obviously shoots over 40% from 3. So he'll be one of the main options as well. And then you also got Damian Lee, who can, probably play either 2 or 3. I don't see Mulder or Lee, or even really Moody for that matter, getting many minutes, especially Moody, because he'll probably be in the G League, but it depends, if Steve Kerr wants to use him, or if, he proved himself in training camp in the G League. So we'll see about that. So I'm going to do both the 3 and the 4 at the same position, because obviously, all the guys that the Warriors have can either play small forward or power forward. So first off, we obviously have Otto Porter. He was kind of the biggest signing you could say with the Warriors this offseason. Just a solid 3-and-D forward. He's obviously struggled to stay healthy, but if he can, he's going to be a really nice piece. And then Nemanja Bjelica, kind of the same thing, but he's stayed relatively healthy. He's getting a little bit older. Got limited playing time last year in both the Kings and the Heat, but he'll have a good opportunity here to, kind of be a stretch 4, stretch 5, maybe even play the 3. He's pretty versatile as far as his scoring and playmaking goes. Then we obviously got Andre Iguodala. He probably won't be getting minutes just because Otto Porter and Nemanja Bjelica will probably be taking over a lot of those minutes, but nonetheless, good leadership. You can, probably bring him, maybe 10-minute spurts here and there. Give him some time next to Steph, Clay, and Draymond. So that will be pretty fun to see. And then we obviously got Jonathan Kuminga. This guy's going to be really good. He reminds me a lot of Giannis in some sense. As far as, he's really raw. He's trying to develop his shooting and all that, but very athletic. Got hops like crazy, can attack the rim. He'll probably spend most of the time in the G League too, just like Moses Moody, because he's only 18. Moody's 19. But, Steve Kerr could also use him. He's just a good athletic forward, playmake, can attack the basket. So, that could be definitely useful in Steve Kerr's system. So lastly, for centers, we got Kevon Looney. Really the only kind of centers on this roster are Kevon Looney and James Wiseman, because they obviously waive Alan Smailagic. Eric Paschall kind of played a small ball 4 / small ball 5, I guess you could say, but they obviously traded him away too. So they really only have Looney and Wiseman left. That's why I was thinking in my free agent video they could sign DeMarcus Cousins. But nonetheless, Looney's just solid, right? Solid defensively, solid leadership, knows the system. But he's definitely be a good backup to James Wiseman. But honestly, he could start and Wiseman could come off the bench, either one. I could see Steve Kerr going with, either lineup. He'd go with a more veteran lineup and have Looney start. Just for, chemistry and things like that. But that is really the Warriors' depth chart, and you can see how much depth they have, specifically at the, 2 through 4 guards, and that's going to allow them a lot of versatility because Curry's still going to be handling the ball a lot, and you're going to need, playmakers, shooters around him, which they have, right? They got Otto Porter, they got Bielitsa, they got Iguodala back. They obviously drafted really well with Kuminga and Moody, and they still got Mulder and Lee, right? Who are obviously, you know, really solid 3-and-D wings that they can bring on if, you know, injuries happen or things like that. So I think this could be one of the deepest benches in the NBA, probably one of the best scoring benches too, with Jordan Poole leading the way. I see him having a breakout year, maybe 6-man of the year candidate. So we're looking forward to that. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of the Warriors bench? I think they're being one of the top scoring benches. So we're going to see. And hope you guys did enjoy this breakdown. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.